Disney. Coffee.
Yes.
He doesn't drink
Tea.
caffeine.
Tacos.
Tacos. Chick-fil-A.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you were kidding.
No.
Can we have a second? No, I'm just kidding. In-N-Out. In-N-Out.
Chick-fil-A.
I mean, Chick-fil-A, yeah, sure. I mean, it's good, but In-N-Out. Double, animal style fries?
Chick-fil-A sauce?
Do you get that on your fries?
Polynesian sauce? Chick-fil-A's got the sauces.
Until they come with an animal style, like, waffle fry, can't really mess with them like that. And that Sunday. Not even open on Sunday. Jeez. Well, my biggest fear would be the fear of failure, the fear of not being able to fulfill my duty as a husband, as a man of God to my wife.
Yeah, and I have a similar fear. It's also in regards to what the Bible calls the wife to be, but my fear is that my husband will not put me first, that he may put career or his family, first before me. As I've seen a trend in what I call a generational curse in my side of the family, where that has caused, that has been what has bloomed into unsuccessful marriage.
And we actually talked about this when we read the question, and weirdly enough, the fears actually tie together into the main fear, which is we both have that fear of, like, our parents failed, I guess you can call it, relationship, somehow slipping into ours. Because my fear of failure comes from my father and my mom divorcing when I was, 2. And then seeing the other men in my family's marriages basically, dwindle away and, cause divorce. I come from that as well, a lot of divorce. So both of our fears kind of come from just like not wanting to have what happened in our upbringing with our own parents and our family to, find its way into ours. I also think that motivates both of us to be better, to, draw closer to God. And if it wasn't for, I think, our relationship, well, I know for a fact if it wasn't for our relationships with Christ, we wouldn't be where we're at, and we wouldn't have that desire to want to be more, more like Him and to prepare for a more successful marriage. I think I personally have more faith now than I ever have in Him, that He's allowed me to go through that with my family to see what I'm really called to do as a husband, as a man of God. So
yeah, and just to be vulnerable here too is in the past, in previous relationships, I didn't communicate that fear with the other person. And so I think something that we've done very well is communicating very well about what our fears are, what our expectations are, and how would we address them ahead of time. And I think that's been one of the most beneficial things to kind of, we acknowledge that the fear is there, but we both just kind of encourage each other, well, Christ is bigger. And we are very intentional about keeping Christ at the center of it. And just being vulnerable when I start to feel like, hey, I don't feel like you put me first here. Or, I say all the time, I'm like, you're not giving me attention. And it's not, and it's like, I don't want to be needy, but at the same time, He's not a mind reader. So I need to be vocal about, about how I feel, and not be afraid that He's going to take it the wrong way, but that He's going to love me well and then address it, which He does. So. What song best describes my fiance? Man, that's a tough one.
No.
I have so many like I created a playlist that's titled JR of all the songs that every time I remember or I'm listening to a song that reminds me of him, I put it in that playlist. I guess it's one that like it's when we first started talking, we would share music, and it's one that goes, "Send me the location," and I'd be right there. So yeah, so I think that one.
One recently, actually, that I shared with Gabby that I think that describes, I think, more our relationship than anything, is it's by this old group called Black Ivory. I think they're like from the 70s, and the song is called Understanding. I'm not going to try to sing it because you guys don't want to hear that. But basically the lyrics are along the lines of like, you and I have an understanding, and then it goes into like their love and communication. So, and I love the song. She hears me sing all the time.
Yeah, I do.
But that's just because, she's going to live with that forever. So
I'm okay with that.
Agua.
Mountain Valley spring water.
Spring Valley water.
It's really good water.
I always do that.
There's this one player from a different team. His name is Luca, and he's really cool in the way that he plays and does his thing. And I don't know what team that is. I have this whole thing about sports, which I just, anyway, I don't understand it.
Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, Mavericks. Okay.
I like